So since this yellow part would like work as in the ground floor, work as a stores and markets and stuff, the bar and the restaurant could be there. It's a kind of commercial area. So
you would want that to be a commercial area then?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it wouldn't be any noise because it's not a bar where people put music.
Yeah, not like a club, but just like a bar, like a coffee.
Oh, I see. That's like amazing.
Yeah. No.
Lost in
That's
translation.
because
Scottish, so
yeah, no. But like for party, maybe here in the private open space, and there's like the space for ballroom and stuff. But here also maybe from barbecue, maybe for some getting together and stuff.
But also we thought that this would be very good for other people who don't live in the area, that the middle class can join them, not to be just they are separate from all the world, and so the middle class can access this area also, because it's like we said, like it's like public space, anyone can access to it, just like for pedestrian and cycling.
Yeah, it's like the GUM from the community said yesterday, like since they have their space, maybe natural things will like connect, like they're gonna be accepted, and I don't know, maybe it's a way to help.
We're trying to break the segregation, social segregation, perceived segregation. And you were also that brown line is not the goal.
No.
So you're
Just
trying
the area.
yeah. Then you're trying to face the box outside, but creating a small space inside. So I think there's lots of good ideas. The focus on walking and cycling is good. We do have to think about what he said as well. Yeah, he said that not many people cycle, it's just mostly public transport. But we also have to think that perhaps cycling connections can be improved. But you were also dedicating some space for parking, etc. So that's fine. What I find is you presented all your ideas more as a description of the design and less as principles. So if I'm given your design code in a document, like the one you were saying, I wouldn't know exactly what the requirements would be, because I would almost be having to develop what you did, because it's more of a description of your design than coding. Coding is an abstraction. You design, you conceptualize, and then you have the design action, and then you transform those actions into an abstraction, into principles. And the coding is to get those principles and transform in either rules that must be followed, or suggestions that could be followed. So I think that would be the next step. What I saw is vision, design action, and then lots of good, but design actions more than principles. So I thought that was it. I think it's excellent, the idea of taking advantage of the whole seafront to open and public space. And the other thing that I think was slightly lost is the idea of diversity. But I think it didn't get lost in the design. I think it got lost with the way you explained it. Yeah? So I think every time you explain something, if you are going to explain your design projects, every time you explain something, try to always hook back to your concept, to your design idea. That's like just a suggestion for your next design project. So I had to translate myself. That could impart on the rest wasn't that good. And the other thing is, when we are doing a design work, we always have to be slightly careful. I believe that is in academia where you can challenge, your ideas and even challenge current legislation, etc. Because if we don't do that in academia, nothing ever gonna change, because once you are employed in working in an office, you just have to, apply the rules that exist. So if you don't critically question the roles in academia, we will never be able to do it. But when we are doing something like that, you have to be careful not to transpose your desire too much into a design work. So I think the idea of the shops is excellent, but do you actually think you would have all those shops and survive in that area? Because it's so quiet. We were walking there, I couldn't see one person. Not one person. So this in a space impacts analysis would be like really blue, green, something. So perhaps there's too much of that when used. But that's discussing design, not design coding. So that's it. But I think I agree with Sean. I think it's a really good work. I think the SketchUp drawings are very good as well. In the SketchUp drawings, one thing that worried me is the same issue that we found when we went to visit that the last Minha Casa Minha Vida, the one from 3 to 6 minimum wage, is all the facades opening up to the public open space are blunt facades.
No.
I know it's the drawing.
It's only for saying like you said the other days that all the front have windows, all the front.
Can you put that?
But this is only for say all fronts will have.
They would have windows.
They would have. This is only for say that there must have.
Yeah.
But the other side have to.
Excellent. Because corner plots would have to be a key point in your design code. Because you have to design corners differently from the rest. They are different. Otherwise, you end up with a blunt facade, and that's exactly what we saw in that place we visited. It's just the facades that open to the playground and the salon de festas are exactly like that. Dry, second.
Parede cega.
So you have to do that. But these are excellent. Anyone else?
I think also I would like to talk about the design issue. That's how you structured your presentation. I was not sure that there was two things. One is about density. It seems like you should maximize density, since it's the impression is that you have a very low density compared to the amount of people that you have to house this place. And the other, I was not sure about, are you planning to raise like when you talk about terrace, you mean raising the floor as related to the sea level?
Actually, the boulevard would be
like one floor.
Yeah.
You mentioned the terrace or just the boulevard?
The terrace or the
No,
boulevard?
the boulevard. Like when we see this image, it seems like this is above the beach level.
No, we don't raise it.
No.
No, it's only this area near for 1 meter and a half, so only 400, not so much.
2 years for the road.
To put the
Yeah,
boats.
just for the boats, for the boats.
Okay, so the boats.
Yeah, like a dog.
Okay.
Hangar.
But like when we are walking on the beach, it could be like what, 1 meter above?
Yeah.
Is it?
Not, yes.
And then, is that a wall, like on the left side? What is this?
This is the terrace. No.
I know, but,
No, it's the boulevard.
no, but this? No, below the yellow.
This one.
This,
No,
yes.
no,
What is it?
It's not. It's only for
Like a pillar.
big pillars. No, for
Okay, just pillars.
So it's not going to be above the. This is like, I think, because one thing that the images suggested is that there's a separation between what you have above, like this deck, and the beach and the rocks. So my concern is that you are not using so much the possibilities of the beach to connect with this public area. Because I think there is something very powerful about the idea of having this open space. So you have the buildings are all set back to, and they are not very close to the Ponta do Léo, that is actually the final place. But then the drawing suggests that you are not so connected to the rocks and the beach descent. But I think, so it's, the idea of stepping back and having this open space is very good. So, but it's very important to give the opportunity to have these rocks and the sand appearing with the public space. But I think it's very good. And also, that this something that is also connected to the other group. There's this space between the buildings that also connect the more private areas to the view. So you still have the view when you are inside this, where the places for the children. So you have this all this space that between the buildings that have nice views. So that's something that I think is very nice.
Can I just say one more thing about what Laura said? Is that maybe there isn't people there today because there is nothing there for them to use or go. But when the market's there, maybe people would go there because in Avenida Beira-Mar, people walk and there's a lot of people, so they would go there.
This was one of the reasons why we put the market there and the commercial shops.
And just remember, because it was out of our scale, but the boulevard would continue in that street there. When we were at Mount Agusti, we were walking by that street. There was a kind of, well, it was not a boulevard, but yeah, but the boulevard would continue, so that would be like.
Yeah, and I think there's something very interesting that there are very few people in Florianópolis, few places in Florianópolis that you could go to eat something and having the view to the sea. So I think that's something nice to, and I'm sure that there would be a lot of people going there because sometimes you want, like you have a full moon and a nice night, and there are very few places where you can go to see to have a dinner and see the moon and the sea. So I think that's something probably you would have people going from outside mainly because of the view and the opportunity to have this commercial space and in an open area.
Thank you.
Thank you.